July 5th, 1977, near St. Albans, Vermont.
Okay, you two.
Sandra Mancy and her 2 children and her husband are taking a leisurely afternoon drive when they decide to pull over and walk along the lakefront.
Do you see something out there?
What?
I think I see something out there.
Kids, get back, get away from the water.
Using her Instamatic camera, Mancy took the snapshot of what she saw. She said the head of the creature she saw rose 6 feet out of the water, and at least 12 feet of its body was exposed. According to Mancy, the entire sighting lasted around 5 or 6 minutes. Cryptozoologist John Kirk has examined many Champ sightings and says credible evidence like photos are rare.
Sandra Mancy's picture at Lake Champlain is probably the best.
But does science support the notion that a plesiosaur could exist today in this lake?
Do I believe there's something unusual out there that we don't know something about? Absolutely. There's loads of stuff we don't know enough about out there. Do I believe there's a plesiosaur-type monster? No, no.
Okay, Ted, swinging on in, and I want you to park it parallel to the lake.
Up until recently, Scott Mardis's research has focused on the eyewitness accounts of others. Now, for the first time, he's going to try to find his own photographic evidence of Champ.
Whoever wants to spend the money to do that sort of work needs to come here and do it and try it. That's the only way to find out.
Jay, I think we've got 6 camera traps total, 3 on the ground, 3 on the...
Mardis will be working with MonsterQuest videographers Jay Cole and Jared Christie. Combined, they have 30 years' experience capturing images of animals in their natural habitat.
So what we've done is we've brought out a research transport vehicle and set it up on a remote location of Lake Champlain. We've positioned ourselves here for an extended number of days because many people have told us the only way to find Champ is to actually be on the lake.
3-camera system, 2 color cameras and a infrared one to run underwater. The forward and reverse camera system is going to be the tickets to help us tour the lake and find this Champ.
Jay, where we're going to put these camera traps are in some of the hot spots out there in the lake where we've had quite a few sightings.
The challenge in a lake that covers more than 400 square miles is where to begin. The answer may lie in the unusual findings of another expert.
I was stunned at the size because I never imagined anything that big in Lake Champlain.
As the numbers of settlers in the Lake Champlain area grew, so did the reports of sightings of their legendary lake monster. 1873 was a particularly busy year for Champ. The New York Times reported that a railroad crew on the lake had seen an enormous serpent head with shining scales. In July, Clinton County Sheriff Nathan H. Mooney reported an enormous snake or water serpent he thought was 25 to 35 feet long. The following month, the steamship W.B. Eddy encountered Champ by running into it. According to tourists on board, the ship nearly capsized. 19th century accounts of the monster gained such notoriety that showman P.T. Barnum posted a $50,000 reward for the monster's hide. Barnum intended, he explained, to add to my mammoth World's Fair show. Barnum's reward yielded nothing, but the sightings continued. Does a form of plesiosaur, or giant aquatic reptile, long thought to be extinct, live in Lake Champlain? Or is it something else? Back and forth across Lake Champlain, ferryboat captain B.J. Bombard has made the trip from Burlington to Port Kent thousands of times in his career. Most trips remain uneventful, except for one day in the mid-90s.
I was on my normal ferry crossing on my route. I looked ahead, you could see something coming towards us, or something was there, and as we get closer, you could tell it was on a reciprocal course.
As the strange object drew nearer, Bombard said he angled the ferry to get a better look.
As I looked at it, and we got closer, it kind of looked like you would guess what a submarine would look like if it were real close to the surface and it were just pouring water off the top of it. I got my binoculars out and I was looking at it, and as we got closer, you could see that it just wasn't a log and it wasn't two things. It seemed to be just one particular mass that's there, and I would say it was probably a good 6 to 8 feet long. I didn't see any dorsal fins or anything. It's weird, but you know, I just didn't see any fins at all. The closer I got, the more it looked like something, but I didn't know what.
And Elizabeth von Muggenthaler will add, she's never heard anything like it.
There is no known fish or mammal besides whale or dolphin that produce echolocation. It doesn't lie. I mean, the signal doesn't lie.
Elizabeth von Muggenthaler is familiar with stories like Captain Bombard's. She grew up along the shores of Lake Champlain. Today, she is an acoustician who specializes in recording animal sounds. In June of 2002, equipped with an array of sophisticated underwater recording equipment, von Muggenthaler's team recorded audio within the deep waters of Lake Champlain. She was astounded by what she heard.
We have over 10 minutes of this creature in 3 different places doing this echolocation.
Echolocation, also called biosonar, is used by mammals for foraging and navigation. These animals emit sonar and listen to the echoes that return to locate and identify objects in their environment.
Echolocation is literally biosonar. If you go out in your boat and you look at your little fish finder machine, you're actually using sonar. You're sending a beam of sound out in the water and it bounces back, it echoes back.
Although she has studied whales and dolphins, von Muggenthaler says that what she recorded at Lake Champlain in 2002 is not a known animal. Instead, she believes the most logical explanation for the sounds is a uniquely evolved creature.
The first sound that you will hear is the sound we recorded from Lake Champlain. And the second sound is killer whale. And you can actually hear the similarities. Very, very similar. It tells me that this animal is echolocating and it has an advanced brain.